Hi, I'm Joy Harris. I'm going to show you how to make buttercream icing without a mixer. And the key here is to maybe make half of a recipe. So I like to do it when I'm doing it by hand when I'm going to frost cupcakes. If I've got a lot of layer cakes to do, you might want to go ahead and use the mixer. But if you don't have a mixer, this is how you do it. The key is to start with butter that's at room temperature. This is a half a cup of butter that I've let get very, very soft. If I were using a mixer, it wouldn't have to be quite as soft as it is now, but you can see how the butter's very soft. And before I start working with it, I'm going to break it up into smaller pieces. Because the butter still needs to be creamed just like it does in a mixer. I'm going to start, I just hold it, I get a firm bowl and a wooden spoon. Now if you use a plastic bowl, if it's not hard, it's going to be kind of hard to hold on to it, but it might work. And a metal spoon on glass I don't particularly care for, so that's why I'm using a wooden spoon. But you can see how I'm starting to cream it just a little bit, getting it back to that creamy consistency. And after I break it up, I'm going to drizzle in just a little vanilla and just kind of stir that in because I don't want the vanilla to slosh out all over the place. Add just a little more vanilla, about a half a teaspoon. And then once again, try to incorporate the vanilla into the butter. Before you go on to the next step. And the more I work with the butter here, the less vanilla there is in the bottom of the bowl. You could even add a pinch of salt at this time. Okay, the next ingredients are powdered sugar. And if you wanted to make it a chocolate buttercream, you would add your chocolate cocoa at this time. But I'm going to put in here about 2 cups of powdered sugar. Start with 1 cup. Mix that in with the butter as best you can. And with the back of the spoon, I just mash the butter into the powdered sugar. That looks like a nice consistency, but once I add the milk to it, I'm going to need more powdered sugar. So I'm going to need to put in another cup. So here I have about 2 cups of powdered sugar. Be careful. It might go flying out of your bowl if you're not careful. And the size of the bowl does matter here. A larger, deeper bowl is going to make it easier to mix the ingredients together, and also you'll be able to retain most of your powdered sugar in the bowl. Now I'm just going to drizzle in some milk, but I'm only going to start with half of it, so I'm going to put in about a tablespoon. And then 1 more tablespoon of milk. Then I'm going to beat it by hand. But before I start beating it very rapidly, once again, you've got to make sure all the milk is combined with the rest of the frosting. And then once again, hold it up against it and beat it. The main thing you're doing here is you're incorporating some air so it'll be fluffy, but you're also making sure there are no lumps. I beat it about 25 times. or 25 strokes, and then check the consistency. Now, it does take a lot of work, but that's how easy it is to make homemade buttercream icing.